the XAMPP spell checker control is great to add into any of your applications where you have text and input areas, and you want to spell check them to make sure that end users correct their typos and spelling errors before data is saved. So in this particular user control, we have a spell checker control placed within the XAML, defined in the XAML, and it's pointing to English USA dictionary. So there's various dictionary support as well, like different languages, different locales, and so forth, and a button hooked up to the spell checker so that when you click on the button, it invokes the spell check method on the spell checker itself. And the spell checker is set up so that it targets this text box text property. So if I just click the check spelling button, it launches a dialog. And notice how the dialog is designed so that it's modal and you can interact with anything behind it. So in this dialog window, you're able to ignore certain words. Like, for example, this is set up so that you can just ignore that word because that's an actual Infragistics term. Then I could actually change this word right here. I change this one here, or select from a list of suggestions. So you could pretty much apply this, change all, and just ignore that. So and then when you click OK, because it uses two-way binding, you must specify two-way binding so that the spell checker can go into the text box and change everything and apply your changes and corrections to the text. And if we were to take a look at the code below, notice how it's as easy as just having your elements here, and then the spell checker is defined here, and notice how we point it to a dictionary file, and the spell check target is also the most important property that you can set on here, because you're targeting the elements on the form that can be spell checked. And speaking of the multilingual support, here's some of the various dictionaries that are included with the spell checker. So if I were to go to another dictionary such as Spanish, and check spelling, so ignore that keyword, and we'll make this spelling correction here, and spell checking is complete. And notice how everything was updated. So, and again, a couple of other things that you can do. You could pretty much style the spell checker dialog. So for example, if I click this here, notice how the dialog has been styled specifically. And we could also pretty much re-template the spell checker dialog as well. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with this, but most importantly is that you can provide spell checking capabilities. We could also it also supports spell checking multiple targets. So right now we have two text boxes in this example. If we look at the XAML below, notice that there are two targets that we're pointing to. So if I were to click the spell check button, and let's say if I make all these changes here, and then it will go to the other text box, and everything gets updated.
Infragistics. On the web at infragistics.com.